Hi, Reed. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Dad?
I'm fine. Welcome to episode something.
Nice.
We're no longer keeping track, but this is episode 26. I don't know if you knew.
Okay. That's a lot.
Yeah. It's more than 25.
It is, yeah.
So anything to check in about before we get started on our 10 questions?
I don't think so. Do you have anything to check in about?
I don't know of any. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing, no housekeeping, no issues, no nothing as far as podcast goes.
Yeah.
I will say this is a tough one. This episode, it's always hard to follow up on the year in review podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, for
and
sure.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah. This is the first episode of 2024.
Oh, did we record the last one before the new year?
Yeah.
I guess so. Okay, welcome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay. Well, this is a 10 questions episode. We once again started the recording and did not agree upon who was going to go first.
Yeah. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I don't have a preference.
I think I went first last time, if you want to go.
Okay.
But I'm not positive on that.
Me neither. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a good one to start with. Because last time we had special guests, Karen and Anna, mom and sister, and that was the second time we did that. And I always think that's, well, I now think that's a really good idea, and I like that tradition. So my question now is, aside from those two, so they won't get offended if you don't pick them, who is your dream guest for this podcast if we were to have any other guest?
Well, we did have another guest, which was Emma.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We had Emma.
Yeah.
Sorry, Emma.
Sorry,
okay.
Emma.
So not Emma,
Okay.
not Anna, and not Mom.
Okay. Like people we know, or just
I put dream guest, so it could be someone you know. And by omitting someone you know, maybe you'll make them really mad. But I'll say dream guest, so it could be like pie in the sky, not even realistic.
Okay. I think, well, I've been watching a lot of Planet Earth recently, and I think David Attenborough would be a really good guest.
Oh, good choice. Huh. Okay, I'd make the exception for we usually don't have guests, but if it's David Attenborough, isn't he, how old is he? Like,
he's in his 90s. Like,
yeah.
He's old.
Yeah.
But hopefully he's immortal.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
If anyone should be, I would like him.
I heard though, that they might have recorded his voice enough that they can now make AI say his stuff.
Right.
So there will never be anyone else but David Attenborough to narrate those things.
Huh.
But I don't know. That seems kind of scary.
Yeah. I wonder, because he actually did, I'm sure he's not actively out producing and doing all those things in the field anymore, but he used to.
Yeah. Yeah, in the first episode of the new Planet Earth, he was on camera for a second.
Oh, in present day?
Present, yeah.
Yeah.
And he looks old.
Sure, yeah, but
he was walking around the in the some forest or something. I don't remember. But
okay.
he was upright.
Yeah,
So that's good.
It's more than I can say for myself some days. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see. We should look into that.
Yeah. I'm sure he'd love being on here.
Little does he know. We could tell him, we could promote his Planet Earth projects.
Yeah.
Give him some free press.
Yeah, because no one's ever heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, up and comer David Attenborough.
Yeah, check him out.
Okay. What did your college dorm room look like? Like, was it messy? Have lots of posters, that kind of thing.
So it was relatively well kept, I think. Was it? I felt like it had to be because it's such a small space.
Right.
So I had a roommate my first year. Yeah, and then I lived by myself my other years because I was either an RA or just had my own room. So it's largely up to me. Pretty well kept, like not too messy. I would do things like loft the bed and have space under the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Had a computer on the desk and then a clear working space on the desk. I'd often write on the desk now that I think about it because I was doing scratch work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a little cinder blocks and boards was our shelf of choice. And then kind of milk crates, or plastic kind of basket things to house books and notebooks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I think that's the overall description.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
No details there you're trying to get the dirt on.
No, I was just curious. I rearranged my room, so.
Yeah, a lot of the ways that you kind of engineer your room, I think, is how I would do it too.
Thanks.
I did not have lights. The twinkle lights you've got in the background there.
Yeah.
That was not me.
That's too bad.
Yeah, well. Well, we just had candles.
Mm. Right, there was no electricity those days.
Right. Right. My question 2, aardvark or anteater?
I don't feel I know enough about either to make a call.
I felt the same way. I was just kind of, this is one of my, this might be an uninteresting question, but I realized I didn't really know what the difference was, nor why someone would have a preference.
I'm gonna look up a picture. You said aardvark?
Yeah, 2 A's. Well, I guess 3 A's. Starts with 2 A's, I think. AAR.
Aardvark?
Yep.
Okay, he's pretty cute.
Yeah.
In a naked mole rat kind of way. But more like a kangaroo. If a naked mole rat was a kangaroo and walked on all fours, anteater. Anteater is bigger and hairier. Like if a badger was a bear with a long nose.
I like these descriptions based on other animals.
Well, the listeners got to know.
Yeah, you can't show them the picture. You gotta paint it for them.
I'm gonna go. I think I'll go with aardvark.
Ooh, nice.
The end.
Okay, great. Okay. Well, that was riveting. I'm glad I asked it.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think your personality would be called if it was sold in a candle or lotion?
That's funny because often I look at like coffee roasts and I think, ooh, that's a good description of a person I am or would like to be or someone I know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but now I can't think of any of them. Like, candle or lotion. So, let's say, I'm trying to think of like rustic. That's not really it's not really something you'd market. They say musk often. I don't think I want to be musk, nor do I want to be, maybe piney. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pine and something more earthy.
Dirt.
Yeah, pine and dirt.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Dirt and pine. I'd buy that candle.
Yeah,
or
probably.
That lotion.
Yeah. Sounds
the dirt
good.
pine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So this is, I don't know if you're keeping up with Utah politics, but the legislature's in session.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just doing a review with students about how to follow bills and such. And there are a couple of bills that this refers to. And I'm leaning on your legal opinions. Which of the following, these two, is more ridiculous? Designating what bathrooms people can use or displaying the 10 Commandments in classrooms. I'm going to try to keep this pause in.
The 10 Commandments, like the Bill of Rights, or
no,
like the biblical.
Yeah, that was nice of you to try to assume the best in it. No, like from the Torah, from the Old Testament, from handed to Moses on the tablets. The foundation of Judeo-Christianity.
Like those would have to be displayed in classrooms?
Yes, that's a good clarification to make. That's exactly the proposal.
In every classroom across the state of Utah?
Yeah. They'd pay for it.
Oh, because that's what needs to be paid for in schools.
Uh-huh.
I don't like either of those.
Well, that's what I assumed.
Well,
yeah, sorry, that's an impossible question.
No, it's okay. So with the clarification that I don't support either of them, I think the determining which bathrooms people can use is worse, because that like changes everyday life for individual people. And then the 10 Commandments, it's not great enforcing religion on students, but then also you won't necessarily notice them or have to do anything with them.
Oh, good point. Just like you say the Pledge of Allegiance, you just go through the motions.
And you have to say the pledge every day, and like the flag has to be in every classroom. So like,
sure,
maybe I don't know.
But we're in agreement. Like they couldn't even pass a similar bill about 10 Commandments in Texas.
Oh.
So, and I think it's because like oh, wait a minute. What was that other doc? Oh, right. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights. I think there's something in there that's going to get in our way. So I find that, even though I agree with you, like, what's better or worse? This one just seems like I'm just incredulous about why would you even think that could be possible?
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. Okay. Fun talk.
Not super similar, but kind of. What do you think is the best apocalyptic scenario for like a media, like movie or book or those kinds of things?
Best as in, oh, this will be kind of nice, or like, or interesting to have as a movie or book.
Like if you were going to read the book or watch a movie, what scenario would you prefer?
The favorite one I've read, we've talked about Cormac McCarthy's The Road.
Mm-hmm.
A father and son walk through a post-apocalyptic landscape, trying to not be eaten by cannibals and such.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
That's a really good book. I mean, it's incredibly disturbing, but it's really good.
Yeah.
So that's the one that comes to mind. I've also got, I guess it's not really apocalyptic, but I'm staring at it right now. It's actually it's 2 books away from The Road, sitting over there on the shelf, is Kurt Vonnegut's Galapagos. And it's like after humans have kind of basically, I think sea lions evolve into the species that takes everything over and are smart. That's a fun one.
That's cool.
So not really about the apocalypse, but I like that, the nature of that story.
Yeah.
Maybe I should reread that one. Yeah.
Sounds good.
So yeah, father-son walk, or another mammal takes over.
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily peg the sea lions as the next animals, but
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know much about sea lions.
Right. It's not obvious, but yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
So cool.
Awesome.
Oh, you asked me that question. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Finally, I get to the really important questions. Jesus versus Batman in a fight. Who would you pick to win? Just in case you need clarification, Jesus of Nazareth.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, right. That one. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I was thinking of a different one.
Yeah. Just this guy, No, not Jesus. The other Jesus.
Oh, that one. Right.
And Batman, pick any iteration of Batman you want.
So, I haven't read any of the Jesus books. But I have seen some Batman movies. So Jesus, he can walk on water.
Yeah.
And turn water into wine.
Uh-huh.
What else? What else can he do?
It can raise the dead. He can make as much food as you want out of the loaves and fishes. That was a miracle. Cures the sick, lepers and stuff. So.
And what are his fighting abilities?
Well, that's it. I mean, he yelled at people and stuff, but also like his human end doesn't end well.
Right.
kind of gave in.
Yeah.
For reasons. I'm not saying that's a character flaw, but
since it's a fight and it seems like Batman is more versed in fighting and he has a lot of gadgets to help him with that, I think I'm going to go with Batman.
Yeah. I think I'd come to the same conclusion. I'm not sure why they should be fighting, but
like Batman doesn't have any powers. He just has money to give him tools. Kind of like Iron Man. But yeah, Jesus's powers don't seem, or miracles don't seem particularly fight worthy.
Yeah.
No offense to the guy.
No, I don't. I think he'd actually agree with you on this point and say, yeah, if we had a fight, I'd just turn the other cheek, as Jesus would suggest. We all should.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess he could just go stand in the middle of the ocean or something and avoid the fight. But
yeah, that's a good strategy. What did you say? I haven't read many of the Jesus books.
Yeah. Or any of them, actually.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to think of like things to put into the description of the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
Okay. Thoughts on scenes at the end of the credits?
Like good or bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd really like them.
Mm-hmm. Even though you have to sit through all the credits?
Yeah. I think it's better than a lot of other things I have to sit through.
Mm-hmm.
You know, trying to close off ads that pop up on my internet browser or something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the potential that there could be something else, to see some other kind of hint or Easter egg or nugget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And sometimes the credits are just kind of fun.
Yeah.
Were you, I don't think you were there. We were watching a movie. Was it Naiad? Anyway, the movie, and Anna was there. So did you see Naiad with us?
That doesn't ring a bell. So.
About the swimmer?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay. So that's why I don't remember you being there. It's not just that I forgot that you were there. It turned out like one of the kids who's just kind of an extra, she actually had a speaking part, raised her hand and asked a question, was someone that was in one of Anna's day camps when she was working in Jackson. And it turned out it's Jimmy Chin's daughter.
Oh.
Jimmy Chin, the National Geographic expedition people.
Wow.
And sorry, it's not actually relevant to your question, but it popped up because it was like this extra little thing. I like those little extra things, connections.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't credited in the movie.
Oh.
But Anna said, "Oh yeah, that's one of my students."
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was fun. Okay. My question 5. What's your favorite kind of bad weather? I thought this was good because you've had some particularly bad weather.
Yeah.
Storms.
I like a good snowstorm. I don't know. That doesn't really feel like bad weather. It's just hunker down weather.
Yeah. Well, lots of people hate that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've talked to a lot of people who don't like it. Yeah. Right now, it's like icy and slushy and just kind of sad. So I much prefer the snow to now.
Is it still like a sheet of ice or just it's slush now?
No, it's slush now. So
Okay.
it's much safer. You can
Yeah.
walk places.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
People are driving more cohesively. So that's good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. Good snowstorm.
Nice.
Your turn.
Would you prefer your life be narrated by David Attenborough or Morgan Freeman?
Both would be really good. I think I'd like David Attenborough because I can picture him like describing like, you know, the obscure mating rituals of some kind of peacock or something and describing everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I think having your life described as a nature documentary sounds more appropriate than as you know, kind of a suspenseful turn of human events.
Yeah. Like Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah. I mean, that would be cool too, but
Yeah.
I'm charmed by David Attenborough.
Yeah.
And we should see if he could be on our podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. I looped it back in.
Yeah, nice job.
Unintentionally.
Yeah. Okay. My question 6. Pick a number between 1 and 100.
Any number between 1 and 100? 27.
Ooh. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Okay, what were you expecting?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's just the, you know, keeping you on your toes.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's it?
That's the whole question? Okay.
Yeah.
Penguins or ducks?
Penguins are amazing and fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I have a fondness for ducks floating on the lake, paddling along. Especially when they're like friends.
Yeah.
Companion ducks. Yeah, and ducklings.
Ducklings are quite cute.
Goodness, yeah. You can't. I mean, baby penguins are great too, but sure, ducks and ducklings.
Awesome.
Okay. Who's your favorite composer?
Like classical composer.
I guess that's the most obvious, but you could have others. The reason this came to mind, I flashed back one day when you were, I don't know, maybe second grade, and we were walking up the hill from school, and we were talking about what you'd want to do someday. And then you said, I think I'd want to be like a person who writes music like that guy who wrote the music for Star Wars and what's him? And I said, John Williams. And you're like, yeah, I'd want to be like him. and of course I'm not holding you to that, but I just thought, oh, that's such a good choice to have that awareness.
Yeah. Well, I chose a slightly different career path than my second grade self. Yeah, John Williams is great. I like Copland a bit. Yeah. Or Tchaikovsky he's a classic. Anyone who uses like the whole band, like not the band, but the whole orchestra.
Copland can be hard to listen to, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, like, it's not when and maybe I just don't, because I don't play in a symphonic band or orchestra, but it's just more like it's not romantic. It's not as melodic, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
or the harmonics aren't as nice.
Yeah.
Am I thinking of the right thing?
Now I need to go listen to some Copeland
Okay.
and remind myself. Oh, I also like that guy who did like the recomposition of Vivaldi's Four Seasons.
Oh yeah.
I forget his name.
Yeah, I'll know when Mama's listening to this because she'll like yell out the name right as she hears this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that guy. Starts with an R, I think.
Yeah. Sounds right. Yeah.
That guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Good collection of things to look up.
Mm-hmm. My turn? Yeah.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on the Barbie movie as a man?
Is this coming back to like our last time we were at the barber shop and over the conversation about how much a man and his son hated the Barbie movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. And I think it pegs a lot of issues and stereotypes pretty accurately, and I like it for its commentary as well as its goofiness and over the topness, and I also like it for its music. Unlike other people who hang out in barbershops, I knew that going to that movie I was going to have music, people singing, and it was going to be ridiculous. And I think if people are bent out of shape about it, they've got a pretty nice life to be worried about those, whatever they're worried about, and not other things.
Yeah.
I think it should be harmless, and if you feel harmed by it, then then I'm glad we have that movie.
Yeah.
I think there's some reckonings.
Yeah, I think the more people complain about it, the more necessary that kind of movie is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've seen it twice now.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's not an accomplishment or anything, but I liked it enough that I got to see it again.
Yeah.
Okay. My question 8 for you is, what's your preference, an analog or digital clock?
Probably digital. Which I know is very Gen Z of me.
Yeah, I guess that's what I assumed.
Mm-hmm.
Kids these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. You have kind of an old man aesthetic in a lot of things.
Well, I think like if I'm going to hang a clock on the wall, like it's going to be an analog clock. I'm not going to hang a digital clock on the wall. But if I'm just like glancing at my watch or something like that, then probably digital.
Yeah. Yeah, the only reason I don't have analog hands on my watch is because it's too pixely. And it becomes harder to read. But yeah, if I could make wall clocks, especially, I want to be analog, and yeah.
Yeah.
I'll often refer to the big hand being on the 6.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay. Now I know. Now I know when I'm clock shopping what to get.
Okay. What would you do if you met your clone?
Oh my gosh. So like an actual clone of myself.
Yeah.
Has been constructed, and something goes awry and I accidentally bump into him.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I don't know that they exist in the first place.
Sure.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to be kind of freaked out no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I would probably have some kind of a crisis.
Yeah.
Because you don't want someone else cloned of you.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I did know there was someone else cloned of me, I'd be upset to see things about. I'd be pretty hypercritical of that guy.
Yeah.
Which is, how'd you think of that one?
I don't know. I just thought of it.
Oh.
Then I wrote it down.
I think of aardvark and anteater. Like, what if you were face to face with your own self?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would find that really unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, similar. What's your ideal pair of shoes?
Like if I were to construct one, or like if
let's say you had only, and it could be a pre-existing, but you had the most ideal pair of shoes.
I like shoes that I can put on really fast and easily, but that I can still spontaneously go on a walk or hiking.
Do those exist?
No. Well, like you can spontaneously go on a walk or hike in most things, but a lot of them aren't designed for that.
So what's your go-to go on a walk shoe?
But depending on how wet it is, either like my running shoes or my Allbirds or like some kind of boot if it's really wet.
None of which are slip on really easy, except maybe the Allbirds.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Would you rather be nocturnal or have insomnia for your whole life?
I think insomnia is awful.
Yeah.
I guess I'd rather be nocturnal, but then I guess that would be kind of lonely.
Yeah.
But then I guess I'd find other nocturnal people. Huh. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think maybe insomnia is doesn't have to be the worst thing, but if I have like my uncontrollable leg shaking happening or other things that cause insomnia, I think the insomnia, not sleeping, is not the worst thing. It's what causes not sleeping.
Yeah.
So that's what drives me to want to be nocturnal instead.
Mm-hmm. Just hang out with more cats.
Yeah, I guess if you were that way, you would just have a different lifestyle.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Here's my my last question for you. What character, book, movie, whatever, do you most relate to?
It'd be really funny if I said Jesus.
Yeah. More people should be like Jesus.
Yeah.
Too many people think they already are like Jesus.
Yeah. I'm looking at books. I don't know. I don't think I live as interesting a life as a lot of characters.
But there are like dilemmas or choices or just kind of like the affect that, I mean, there might be a character you empathize with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I'd answer this question.
um,
Looking around your room for all the possible inspirations.
yeah, I've got a lot of character stuff kind of around the room. Um, um, maybe like, I don't know. I've got a lot of Ted Lasso stuff around, so my instinct is to go like Roy Kent.
Yeah.
But I don't really think I'm a Roy Kent. I think maybe I'm more like a Beard.
Ah, yeah. I see that.
Yeah. Coach Beard.
Yeah. It's got kind of a personality and kind of a wisdom you'd want to aspire to. But I see that in you.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, cool. Okay.
Not as poignant, but what would you do if you had an elephant friend?
Oh, we'd go on walks.
Yeah. With Nina?
Oh, there'd be some training involved. You don't want the dog spooking or getting stepped on by the elephant.
Right.
I have very little experience with elephants, but I think it would be fun to go on walks with an elephant.
Yeah. Would you ride the elephant or just walk next to it?
Maybe like go on excursions and the elephant would help pack some of your gear.
Like instead of a pack mule, you'd have a pack elephant.
Pack elephant. And yeah, I don't think anyone would bother you.
Probably not. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want a big one, just a medium or smallish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think an Indian elephant.
Mm.
They're a little smaller, right?
I think so, yeah.
They walk through jungles and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really good. The question is, what if I had an elephant, what I would do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would just be like, oh, it'd be like my service animal, my emotional companion. I think that would be really great.
Yeah. I don't know if because the benefit of having it as like an emotional support animal or something is it can get into places. Yeah. But I don't know if an elephant would fit into a lot of places.
But a lot of programs and people have horses that serve similar purposes.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'd want my elephant.
Awesome.
Thanks for thinking of that.
Yeah, for giving you an elephant.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. Like you were just like seeing if that would be all right.
Yeah.
Now that I have such a clear idea, I'm pretty excited about it.
Awesome.
Okay. That's the last one, right?
Yep.
It's a kind of an eclectic set of questions.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't know why people have to get decks of cards that suggest questions. You just come up with the important ones, like what would you do with an elephant?
Yeah. We have those in the dining hall. There's like some random cards that are like supposed to prompt questions, but they're just
Yeah.
really bad.
Huh.
Like, have you ever ridden a horse? Have you ever seen a bear outside of the zoo? And that's it.
Yeah. The yes/no questions are not particularly interesting.
Yeah.
I guess you could then extend that story.
Mm-hmm.
Unless the answer is no.
Yeah. And there you go. Oh, okay.
To be fair, my question, what's your pick a number between 1 and 100? Not sophisticated.
That's okay.
Yeah, I wanted to mix it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this has been good.
Yeah.
It's good talking to you, Reed.
Good to talk to you too, Dad.
Any announcements or anticipation of next episodes? We haven't talked about it. I can't remember us talking about it.
I don't have any memories or envisionments for it.
Okay. Maybe we'll have you read the New Testament and do a review.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
All of it? All of the New Testament, or just the 10 Commandments?
Okay, so maybe you should be doing some reading because the 10 Commandments are in the Old Testament.
Oh. I don't know.
Yeah, I could tell.
I didn't go to the weekly book club that many people do.
Yeah. But the New Testament, so we could just read one of the Gospels, which would be one of the stories of Jesus. And they're all, 4 of those are written in parallel. So it's just essentially a different author, a different voicing, different emphasis for each of those stories. Yeah. For the same basic story. Yeah. Yeah, so there's a book review. Or maybe we'll think of something else.
We could also review, read The Road or Galapagos or something like that.
Yeah.
So a little bit.
You're starting
different.
Classes in a week.
I am, yeah. Which I'll have books for.
Yeah. Any of them, the New Testament or Cormac McCarthy or Kurt Vonnegut?
Well, I haven't checked my book list, but I'm pretty sure those aren't on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to figure it out.
I can email professors and suggest stuff.
Hey, have you heard of the Gospel according to Mark?
Sure, they'd love that.
Yeah. That's actually, so when I was growing up in church, I would hear things from the Bible, but I probably read it I probably didn't really read it until I took a college class on the Synoptic Gospels.
Fun.
3 of the Gospels. So super interesting. It was taught by a cultural anthropologist.
Yeah, they know a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really good way to do it.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we've got some choices to make.
Yeah.
And, okay. Well, until we figure that out, until we record, well, I bet I will talk to you before then, but
probably
we won't have a conversation this way. But
yeah.
Thanks again. And until next time, keep your feelings inside.
Okay. Thanks, you too.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.